Some of you may know this, some of you may not know this. I have been doing a lot more interior design projects this year. I actually started my own design firm called Was Studios. So now you can shop Was. You can also hire us to design your home. We're not currently taking on new clients because we just got booked on some stuff for next year and whatnot. And this year has been quite insane trying to manage designing and my shop and YouTube, talking to you all. And the most recent project that I have been working on over the past 4 months or so is this residential kitchen, which I'm going to show the before and after of this kitchen when the project is fully complete. But I wanted to show a little sneak peek of this project. The clients are very trusting in my vision. And here's a little, a sneak peek of the before and after of where we're at. I want to show the whole project at the end because there's still a dining space and an entry area, but the kitchen is coming together so nicely, as you can already tell, very outdated before, and we're doing a lot of custom stuff. And so all of this was kind of sketched out from my brain, and then I had a renderer put it together for us, and then this is where we're at. So if that didn't get you excited for the video, I guess click out now. But I found some really good before and after projects, also some really bad before and after projects, and also just some random stuff. But stay to the end because I recently found one of my favorite before and after upgrades that's very achievable. And I put it at the end so you watch my video and you have to hang out with me. I want to start with this Instagram account that I recently discovered. It's called Unflipping. I really love this account because they're taking a original home where someone implemented more like modern millennial design and then unflipping it, bringing it back to its original state, which I think we're going to see a lot more of in the next year or so. I really feel like people are catching on, hopefully, with the all-white kitchen and just doing really bad upgrades for cheap and restoring places back to, their original state. I particularly love the kitchen. When I first saw this post, it was like the before and then the after, and it was confusing to me because the after was so outdated. I was like, there's no way this is the after. But it was the after for someone, and then they unflipped it. And I think they did such a nice job of modernizing the kitchen while also making it feel authentic to the space. And they did it with a few different rooms in their house, but I specifically love the kitchen. So if you have a home that has some bad, landlord special upgrades, you can unflip it. So go follow un.flipping.org. Well, I don't think it's .org, but look how good that is. Also, slate tile. Just side note, I'm using slate tile in the residential kitchen project reno that I've been working on. It's so affordable. It's usually always local. It's good for like if you have kids or dogs or I don't know, stuff like that. But anyways, love this before and after. This is one of my faves. I saved my other fave for last. And now we will talk about the sandwich. What's in the middle? Middle of the bread. The meat, the cheese, still good stuff. Also some bad ones. So if you want to smile, and then if you also want to go, just keep watching. I thought this kitchen upgrade was so good because they kept the cabinetry and they just kind of updated the backsplash, the countertops, the paint color. They also added in their own style by adding baskets and, certain light fixtures. But I really love how this turned out. I think sometimes people think that they need to get rid of cabinets, but I really feel like cabinetry is kind of the easiest thing to keep and upgrade around it. I mean, it might not be your favorite wood or style of door, but for the most part, it's pretty standard. I've talked about my Lakehouse kitchen before. Well, my parents' Lakehouse kitchen. I helped them do some upgrades. And at first, we toyed with the idea of getting rid of the cabinets. And, I'm trying to help my parents upgrade it in a way that they would like. I obviously would do some things different, but I really love how it turned out. I'm so glad we kept the cabinets. We just updated the handles. We got all new backsplash and all new counter stone, I guess, and light fixtures and decor and whatnot. Sometimes I also think it's nice to keep one item, like when you're doing a full reno, if you can, because it's a little easier to build around something that was already existing than starting from scratch, especially, if you're not a designer or know how to like design a room from scratch. Try keeping like one or two things like the cabinets. Okay. Can barely talk. If you've watched the movie Home Alone, which I'm sure all of you have, that home is actually in, I think, Winnetka, Illinois, or somewhere outside of Chicago, one of the burbs. Just a very classic Midwest home with so much warmth and character. And look at what they did. Yeah, I'm a little speechless. Look how good it was before. Obviously, you want to upgrade some things over the years, but why are millennials like this? Feels so millennial, that like all white, black, gray, like why is that? Why did that become the standard? The kitchen, the poor kitchen. Again, I'm not saying like whoever bought this or whatever had to keep everything from, the old house, but it's the Home Alone house. It's kind of wild that someone was like, let's just do this. You probably could have made more money if like you bought it and rented it out and was like the Home Alone house. Airbnb it, Ugh, the dining. Well, they kept like a classic dining chair. And I feel like the wood isn't terrible. The staircase looks okay. It's really just that like entry is so bad in the bedroom. What are you doing? Who are these people? Let's bring this back to a lighter note. This is going to be a lot of up and down emotions in this video, apparently. Benji Plant, sadly, his incredible home in Altadena burned down in the Los Angeles fires. And a lot of people who had their houses destroyed in the fires, sadly, had to, find another place to live quick. And when you're in that urgent of a state to find a place, I don't think character was the top thing on Benji's list. But he has made so much progress with his very standard apartment that he found. And I'm so impressed with everything he has done. He has put his own touch on this space. He used to live in a very standard apartment before his Altadena home too, and I feel like he went kind of viral for that before and after as well. But I really love everything he has done to this space. He's made it so warm. He's added really good window treatments. And Benji has such a good channel for upgrading a modern box apartment. Maybe it doesn't have the best wood flooring. He knows what he's doing. And I really, really like it. Hi, Benji, if you're watching. I need to come over and see your space. Also really love that art piece that you bought. And now we're back to sad. We're back to sad again. This is just a TikTok I found. I'm off TikTok now, so this is the last of it. But it's basically, I come across these a good amount where it's, little TikToks of like the world is losing color. Look at that beautiful house. Did they knock it down to build that weird modern thing? We don't know. But look at that. I do like modern places, but don't knock down cool, old, amazing homes to build your modern home. Just go find a lot then, or find something that's like not salvageable. I mean, even your cars, no color. Somehow red still can like stick around. The millennial kitchen, I'm just going to blame us millennials. Who else are we to blame for this? And again, I'm not saying I hate modern decor. I'm just not loving the cheap trajectory of a renovation nowadays, because it's all about like capitalism and money. Look at the little diners that we used to go to. I actually love going to a diner. I like to go to Fred 52 sometimes. A good diner is fun. Clark Street Diner. There's other ones. There's older ones here. I can't eat eggs or coffee, so breakfast isn't really my, idea when trying to go somewhere. I'm not like suggesting that to my friends because I can barely have breakfast, but yeah, that is such aesthetic that's in every coffee place now. Actually, my parents' lake house is in this like small old town in Michigan, and we went downtown. My mom and I like to thrift down there, and they made some upgrades, and they look like that. Like they painted some of the brick buildings black, and they installed these like industrial light fixtures, and it literally looks like that. I thought we'd be moving out of it, but no, not yet. Same with hair salons. I feel like hair salons nowadays all look like this. Like they all love the arch, they all love the pampas grass, and I do like a hair salon that's pretty neutral and good lighting because it makes sense, you know. You just want to like look good, I guess. But what happened to just having fun with decor? Oh, well, this before and after is kind of random, like a kid's rooms with plushies and then a really modern bedroom. I kind of do like that modern bedroom more. So there is that. And then, wait, I didn't look at it this far. A birthday party decor. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of bring you back to like the sad beige moms, you know, that whole thing. But when it comes to like party decor, it's like whatever, do whatever you want. Like some people just like that, but yeah, I don't think it's changed that much. Like weddings, I guess. I should do a whole nother video on weddings. Adding it to my list. I also would like to do a video on like architecture of places, like even McDonald's. Like why did they want to step away from like the like cafe vibe and more into this modern, like what was it that everyone wanted to do something modern all of a sudden? Like it was like simplify and modernize. I do think people are catching on though, because like who was it recently that changed their logo? Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel changed their logo to a modern logo, and then I think there was like some outrage and they went back, but some are saying it's rage bait, which is like just to get your place being talked about kind of thing. Okay, this bathroom reno I am upset about, obviously, because it's farmhouse, but the before is a very specific style of design, and I understand if you're not into that, sure, upgrade it. But if I were them, I honestly would have kept all of the blue tile on the walls, and I would have just upgraded the flooring and maybe some other things. But I personally really liked the before. The after is just, you know, the standard millennial farmhouse upgrade. Kind of wild to do wood in the shower. Well, I guess it's fake wood, but just interesting take. But yeah, I would have kept the blue tile. But I do understand when people don't want that color in their bathrooms. I'm actually helping my parents renovate their bathroom at the Lakehouse, as you remember this tulip tub, the beautiful tulip tub. They don't want the tub. I get it. It's big. It takes a lot to fill up. They just want a regular bathtub. Totally fine. I'm making them store it in the garage until I figure out what I want to do. But I did convince them to keep the sinks and the lower cabinet in that bathroom, and we kind of build around it. I think that's just how I like to do projects. Like if I can keep one or two items, I think it's just really fun to build around something. Also, these are nice handmade Amish cabinetry that goes with our kitchen cabinetry. And it is a lake house after all. This is actually a really interesting before and after because I genuinely do love what she did with the stone. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, she's going to paint that stone something. But all she did was regrout it with a lighter grout. And I actually think that looks so good. I think the dark grout can sometimes read as dirty. I like exactly what she did. And if you have a stone like that, maybe just try regrouting it in more of like a concrete color. The one thing I wish she kept were the floors. I don't know what the floors are. They're like, it's like a cement. I think it's a cement with like a coppery tone. I kind of like that tone more. It just feels more warm. I don't love what she changed it to, but overall, I think the upgrade of the fireplace is killer. What do you all think about these like foam ceiling things. Like people put them in. I don't really understand why people put them in. I understand it more in an office setting or at a restaurant or a store. Like maybe you're trying to, at that time, industrial wasn't as in. So like covering up the pipes and electrical, it made sense to me. I don't really get it for this house. It should be illegal. Certain design choices should be illegal. I mean, to each their own, whatever you want to do. But wild that they did that. They were just like, we don't like the ceiling? Like, what was the point of adding that in? Anyways, our office, the office supplies vintage store office, which we actually are thinking of doing an opening pop-up day for my new pillows, for Was Pillows that are coming out December 7th. It's going to be a really good drop. The reason I'm bringing up the office is because we have these ceilings and our landlord was like, you can't get rid of them. So we had them just open. So we're actually having custom wood pieces made to put up into the ceiling. This is our inspo. We're so excited about it. It should be in the next month or so. I'll have to do an office update. I think it's going to look good. I would have rather just removed the grid and kept like the higher ceiling look. But our insurance people actually just made us put the foam back. They were like, you have to have this foam back in your ceiling in a week for insurance purposes. And we were like, can you just give us like 3 weeks and we're going to have wood in there? And they were like, no, we need it in 1 week. So disgusting, nasty foam is in our ceiling right now. And I can't wait to do the wood addition, which I think it will look good because the whole vibe is like office. So it's fine. But I don't... If anyone knows like why like that whole like look was so popular and then like having integrated lights in it, like why foam? And like what are you really, I guess, yeah, you're covering things, but in a house like that is wild. This almost feels like this is not real. A before and after project I see a lot in homes now are turning doors into archways, which I guess to each their own with the style of the home or like your own personal style, sure. I personally don't want any of my doors arched. I'm more of an angular person. I guess if I lived in a Spanish style home and they came already arched, I'm not going to like square them off. Like I like that if they're authentic to the place. I just don't really see why to spend money on arching all your doorways. I think it's just trendy. And sometimes I feel like it doesn't really fit into the space. So do I like this before and after? No, I actually really don't like when it's like a really big arch. Like I think the doorway ones are okay, but I'm just anti-arch and I don't like them. I don't like adding them. If your place comes with them, sure, but adding them I'm not into. But I am still trying to get into like anything rounded. I've been bad at it. I like a round table and a round mirror. I have a round mirror in my bedroom. Kate was like, are you sure you want to purchase this? Are you going to like it? I'm just like not into circular. Well, sometimes it just depends. I don't like arches. I think a circle is good. What do you all think? What can heal my like or my dislike for arches? I've been trying. As you all know, I put like this mirror in my bedroom at one point because I was trying to open myself up to this side of decor, but I can't. I still don't love the addition of pink, but I will say I am liking the addition of purple nowadays. You'd be shocked. This is a before and after. You will see all of the time nowadays is just painting brick. I don't get it. I really don't understand why we're hating brick all of a sudden. Why are you hating like a natural stone? I get it. Sometimes there are brick houses that are bad where I have seen some upgrades where people will paint the brick and I'm like, that does look good. Look at that. Just look at that. I feel like if anything, they should have had like black window panes or they could have done something. It honestly looks like it's been primed to paint it like another color. And look at it before. It's just like such a stunning Tudor home. They could have just upgraded, I don't know, the roof or something. If they just like upgraded the roof to be black, maybe that would have done it. Black and then like black window panes and a black door. That could have given them their modern touch that they were looking for, their millennial modern touch. But this is one of the scarier before and afters that I've seen. Okay, this is AI, forgive me, but this is the evolution of toilets from the 1700s up until now. And one of the main comments says, I refuse to believe toilets were this gorgeous. So I just thought it was interesting to show how much attention was put into even products like a toilet. Whereas nowadays it's so standard, and again, it's all just like about money. It's all just people wanting to sell things for a cheaper price. So that's when design, takes a hit. The one thing I don't get about toilets nowadays is like, why do we show the piping on the side? Like, why do we have to show where like the poop is going like that? Oh, it looks like they got rid of them in like the 2000s. Now we have very modern toilets. Oh, whoa, we're going even into the future more. I feel like they're going to upgrade more than this. Whoa, wait. Well, anyways, that's AI, so I do apologize. It's crazy. It used to be like a bowl. Also, it went into like a box. Like, is that real? I really love this before and after because she stripped the blue painted brick. It's like, we're going to have to do so much for all the stuff that us millennials are doing to homes. I like what she did. I think she added some character by bringing back the original brick. I feel like she could have just kept the whole thing brick. Like, she didn't need to do the shiplap above. But I do think the shiplap looks good. I'm not fully against shiplap if it's done correctly. With this reno, it feels like it fits into the space nicely. And the cabinetry on the side has this like interesting like kind of curvature molding stuff at the top. So I do feel like the shiplap actually does kind of bring it all together. I love how she didn't get rid of that detail. I love how she kept the cabinetry on the side, but then she upgraded the doors. I don't even think she really had to upgrade the doors. But overall, she stripped the blue paint. Who's painting it blue? I was very impressed by this before and after because it was so outdated. It was definitely a giant project. But whoever this is, shout out to the Bailey edit. The molding, the floor choice, the runner that goes up the stairs. I feel like whatever they did looks like it's authentic to the home. When you're upgrading a space, you gotta take a look at the style the home is. It will look better if you lean into that with designing a home renovation. However, let's say you don't love like vintage style. You can upgrade this hallway with molding and like vintage flooring and like make it look authentic to the home. And then you can add in some modern touches. They added in like a modern window mirror thing because mixing old and new is nice. You could add in modern light fixtures. So I like this. I think they did a really nice job. I think you all have seen, well, maybe not. I don't know. I did a before and after project with my mom and my dad, both of them, at my lake house their lake house, not mine, where we upgraded the laundry room. It was painted this like really ugly orange color, really random color to paint the floor. And we thought about just painting it like a concrete color, but I was like, why don't we just paint these, diamond squares? And we didn't do a full upgrade in this space. We kept the cabinetry and I just honestly upgraded the floor. And with just a floor upgrade, I feel like it changed it so much and it looks so much better. Every time we walk in there, we're like, this feels just so much better. I do feel like this room would be so fun to upgrade at some point with like new cabinetry and like good storage, and it's just a good space. Like it's kind of a big laundry room and I would love to do like a full design upgrade, but yeah, need funds for that. Also, it's like laundry room is not like top priority for my parents. Like they want to redo their bathroom and they have other things. Like this is their house, even though I keep being like my house. So I'm trying to help my parents upgrade it into a style that they like and in the order that they want to do. My dad actually used to well, he like flipped a house with his friend back in the day. So he's actually very handy. As you all know, he helped me with my Chicago place and whatnot. But he's also really into just design and whatnot. And I'm like, Dad, we should have went into business together. He could have been my contractor. I'm the designer. My dad he gets shit done. When he's ready to do something at the Lakehouse, he's doing it. And sometimes I'm like, don't do that by yourself. Don't be on a 20-foot ladder by yourself, please. Thank you. And now to end on my favorite before and after by Chris Loves Julia. This is the most relatable, amazing upgrade I have seen to a kind of very suburban, right outside of Chicago home. Look at the before. This is a before. The before. This is the before. And when you walk into this space, it does feel really overwhelming. Like what could you do to make this look good? Obviously, you could just replace the ceiling fixture, add in some good furniture, and I think, the room would look good. But what they did changed my whole entire perspective, even on I think these are like 80s windows where they like curve like that on the side. I would originally look at those and be like, oh, I don't love that curve. But now look at the after. That is such a crazy upgrade. It's wild. They added shiplap and beams to the ceiling, and I think they put in 2 skylights. So those are some areas that they really invested some money in. But the color choice is really good. The black window panes on those windows are truly what transformed this space. This looks so good and inviting. And look at it at night. It's crazy. This was just a suburban looking room, and now it looks like you almost put those windows in by choice. So if you have a space like this, like a larger suburban room, maybe consider adding in some of that ceiling detail. If you have the funds, maybe paint some of the window panes. It looks like they added in 2 sconces. They barely upgraded the fireplace. They really just painted it. They did add some other detailing on the sides, and then they obviously furnished it really nice. I love when there's 2 sofas across from each other. That's my favorite. And then the lighting is just good. So shout out Chris Loves Julia. I know who they are. I do. I just don't know how. Also, art lights. They have like a few art lights. One of the art lights isn't even above art. It's just above this like sitting area. Kind of a fun idea. Maybe go explore some art lights. You all. So anyways, that's where I'm ending. Before and afters are pretty fun to look at. I'm very excited to show you all my before and after of this residential kitchen. I've been working on some other projects that maybe I can show you. We don't know. But yeah, pillows are launching December 7th. Sign up for the newsletter if you want to know what time they are launching. We have a decent amount of pillows launching, but I will say some styles have more than others. So if there's something you like, sign up for the newsletter. You'll know what time they're dropping online. You can sign up below, by the way, with the link. All right. Goodbye. I'm going to go eat some, what am I going to eat? I have a masubi in the fridge, so I might go eat that. I'm going to go take a break. I need to take a break. Maybe I'll take a midday bath. It's kind of gloomy. All right. See you on the next one. Goodbye. Oh, also, wait, there is the Marissa house where I'm designing a woman's home here in Los Angeles, where I'm selling stuff and using that money to redo it. So that's another good before and after. So subscribe if you want to see that. Subscribe, vote, and like and subscribe. Okay, bye.